CTV News fired me after speaking up for Palestine. And as disappointed as I am, I'm not shocked. I was the only Palestinian person in the media in the Atlantic region and the only Middle Eastern woman in their newsroom. My existence should have been important during a time of genocide against my own people. But instead they decided to fire me, which is extremely painful. There was absolutely no regard that I'm witnessing my own people getting killed. Absolutely nothing. Here's a rundown of what happened. I made a comment during an interview where I was asked if Jews can exist in a free Palestine, to which I had replied saying, Jews can exist, the Zionist ideology cannot. The State of Israel cannot. Logically, a free Palestine cannot exist with an occupation, or with a state that was labeled an apartheid state by human rights organizations. My firing took less than 24 hours after a Twitter thread had started labeling me anti-Semitic. When asked why I was fired, I was told that I broke the collective agreement, but both Bell and CTV would not specify as to what I exactly violated. This infuriates me as to the fact that during my time at CTV, I had many reports to HR about anti-Palestinian racism. And I had explicitly told my managers many times on different occasions that, hey, your newsroom is extremely uncomfortable for me, and my existence is nothing but a box to be checked. I am consistently uncomfortable working with certain individuals who consistently made me feel uncomfortable as a person of color. Nothing was done, and I did not matter for CTV. As expected. I was also one of, about 4 people of color in the entire company, so I should not be surprised either. Both Bell and CTV had told me that I needed to be impartial about the genocide in Gaza. Impartial about a genocide? Impartial about kids being slaughtered or hospitals being bombed? Okay, sure. Let's just assume that I needed to be impartial. My manager at CTV, one of my managers, let's call him John. John had asked me about a statement made by someone I know about October 7th, where they said that the attacks by Hamas should not be looked at as a terrorist act, rather but as an act of resistance. Okay, that was the statement. Johnny felt the need to ask me if I agree with that statement and if I think that the attacks are terroristic acts. For why? For why do you need to know what I think about Hamas? Did you not just tell me to be impartial? It makes no sense to me. Freedom of speech does not exist for people like me or people of color. It doesn't. Palestinians continue to be silenced, and I will not stand for it anymore. CTV has failed me as a Palestinian employee and continues to fail the Palestinian community as a whole. That's it. CTV News fired